Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasure tonight to be joining you at the Virgin Active Sport Industry Awards. Tonight's recipient is an absolute legend, a man who's achieved so much in his lifetime. But before I hand over the award, let's get into a few questions and chat to the one and only legend, Gary Player. Gary, welcome. It's an absolute privilege and pleasure to be able to sit here and feel humbled to be able to do so close. It's the first time I've met you, and being one of my heroes as a kid and certainly as a grown man, it's a humbling experience. 6 decades as a golfer, the only non-American to win all 4 majors, and the fact that you're South African makes us even more proud of what you've done. Any of those moments that have stuck out, and how do you feel about them?
Well, thank you for the nice words, John. With my career, having won the Grand Slam, as you mentioned, but also the Grand Slam on the Seniors Tour, and I was the only one in the world to do that, and that was even a greater achievement because you had to achieve that after the age of 50. And I was able to do that because I looked after my body and exercise, which I profusely even do today. I'd play golf, and I'd have to go to dinners, and I'd come back, and I hadn't gone to the gym, and I'd go to the hotel manager and say, "Can I go to the gym? Sorry, it's closed. Please give me the key. I promise I'll return it in the morning." And I'd work out at night when everybody was sleeping. And that's what one's got to do. It's a competitive world. It always has been a competitive world. And if you want to be the best, you've got to put, I've always said, the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Well, you're living proof of what hard work can get you. And what do you think have been the biggest changes in the game over the time that since you've started until the time now?
Ernie Els leaves for America from George in a G5 and hardly touches his baggage and has a bed on the plane probably and arrives there, and a very big difference. And he has a first prize of $1 million every week. And so it's a different world, but I've really enjoyed my career immensely and traveling around the world. It's been a great education, and I strive for education. And so it's been a marvelous time.
Now, the one technical question I want to ask is, with all this change that you've mentioned, and you've mentioned that it is good, and the fact that the game has grown so big of golf. I mean, these drivers, the big heads, how would that have affected you back in the day? I mean, it's certainly changed the game as well.
John, I would give anything to be able to play today with these against these fellas with all this. The ball goes at least 50 meters further than when we played. The lawnmower changed the game. We just never played on greens like this, and bunkers all uniform with the machine. We raked with our feet when we got out of the bunker, and we played with such inferior equipment. It's marvelous. The technology is incredible.
I mentioned it earlier. Your practice makes perfect. I mean, a lot of that is I suppose something we could use in the business world as well. What could you relate in terms of the similarities in that towards business and the business industry?
In golf, if you're 1 second late, you're penalized. 1 second. So it teaches you to be on time. And I think one must have respect for other people's time when you make an appointment to be there. I think it teaches you patience. Golf is an amazing lesson in life.
My last question is really about South African sports industry and where we're at. I mean, it wasn't such a long time ago we hosted the biggest sporting event in the world in the FIFA World Cup. What do you think were the effects of that, and where are we from a sports industry point of view?
I think it had a great effect on our economy. People had more confidence to invest in our country. All of our sportsmen and sportswomen have been great ambassadors for our wonderful country. And so we can be very, very proud. And as Nelson Mandela, a man that we all love and adore, he said, sport can change the world. And we've all known that sport, there are no barriers when you're playing sport. It's the most fantastic thing in the world.
Gary, it's been incredible to chat to you, and I'm sure the people out there would love to hear another 1,000 questions. But I think it's time for us to get to the real reason why we're here, and to hand you over an award of the Johnnie Walker Lifetime Achievement Award. It's my honor and privilege, and from my side and from the rest of South Africa, congratulations for all that you've done for South Africa and for us as South Africans in the world.
I thank you very much, and it's a great honor to receive it from you. And Johnnie Walker, what a wonderful sponsor, not only for tonight's great event, and I wish I could be there tonight at the Empress Palace, because that room is filled with people that love sport, and I love people, and I would love to be there. And also to all the other recipients tonight, to say to them, well done, we're proud of you.